Okay. So there's been a little confusion on the Khan Academy that had to deal with arc length. So I'm going to actually do a couple of them for you. On this first one's very similar to one that we've done in class before our little break. And we use the equation we use the degree measure, which is down here, of whatever our angle is, our central angle, which is on the inside here. We would use the angle over 360, because that would be the whole 360 degrees in a circle, and then equals the arc length over, actually I probably just used L for that, length over the circumference of the circle. And so circumference is pi times diameter, okay? And sometimes it just tells you what the circumference is. So for this one, notice you don't have to actually find what the circumference is. It tells you it's 6. And the central angle is 60. So you can just do, you're going to plug 60 in for the angle. 60 over 360 equals the length over the circumference, which is 6. And then from here, you should be able to cross multiply. You would have 360L equals 6 times 60, which turns out to be 360. And then divide. L equals 1. So that means that that arc length from here to here would just be 1 unit. Okay. Now, for the second one here on number 2, this is a different one. It actually tells you what the arc length is. So you'll have to plug in a fraction, and it tells you the circumference is 12. Okay, so then whenever we plug this stuff in, I would have, I'm finding the angle, so it doesn't tell me what the angle is. So I'd have, you could plug any variable in there, or you could keep that angle sign. I'll put x over 360 equals, okay, it tells me the arc length, so that's going to go in for L up here. So that would be 8/5 over the circumference, which is 12. Now I can still, I know it looks a little scary, I can still cross multiply. Okay, so I could have maybe 12x multiplying across equals 8/5 times 360, which whenever you do this, I would just multiply 360 times 8 and then divide by 5. That would be the same thing. So I could do 12x equals 360 times 8 and then divide by 5. Some of you guys might be using your phones, or if you're using the Khan Academy calculator, I would multiply the top first and then divide by 5. I need to do that really quick here. 360 times 8. It equals, you get about 28 or 2,880, then divide that by 5. You get 576. So 12x equals 576. And then divide that by 12. And you should get x equals 48 degrees. So it might, this is the only thing that's different. Okay. If it tells you what the circumference is, that's great. If it gives you the radius, make sure you multiply by 2. So it's just different versions of using this equation up here. All right, I hope that helps.